Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. It's currently Sunday and I just thought I'd do a good old-fashioned get ready with me. I've washed my hair, dried it, and it's still curled up because I don't think I did a very good job, so let's just ignore that. I'm currently a little bit ill right now, but I thought let's just push through it. In my last video I said I was ill as well, but this is a different illness. I was in fact doing really well for not being ill, and then because I've literally been avoiding everyone, like if they sneezed, if they coughed, I was like, no, like you're not coming near me. Then I had a driving lesson, and when I rocked up to the car, my driving instructor was wearing like a hat inside the car, and I was like, that's it's a bit strange. He doesn't usually wear a hat or anything. I'm like, it has been a bit cold, but this is a bit strange. And then I heard him like cough quite badly, and I was like, asked him if it was okay, and he was like, yeah, no, I've just got a bit of a cold. And when you're just like really cold with an illness, he had like gloves and like a hat inside the car, and I was like, oh god, this is not looking good for me. This is not looking good. And I call that because now I'm not feeling great, but I'm not like wearing a hat and gloves inside. Fair enough, do what you need to do to get over your illness, but here we are. Just put on a little bit of Future Dew. Thought I would discuss base options very quickly, just because I was a ride or die Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy drops. But I've got these ones on today. These are the e.l.f. ones, significantly cheaper, might I add. This is my second tube of Deep Bronzy and I'm obsessed, but honestly, right, I'm quite low with these, and when you get quite low on these and you're kind of like squeezing it out and you're like, no, and truly I cannot bear to spend £30 once again on bronzing drops. Like I just can't. I mean, they're great, but I was like, again, like I've already spent what, £60 in total on bronzing drops, and they are great. They're absolutely great. Like I would recommend them, but I was like, I cannot bear to do it again, because then I've spent almost £100 on bronzing drops alone. I was like, no, I can't do it. So my sister started using the e.l.f. ones, and then I was like, okay, cool, let's give them a go. She said they were really nice, and yeah, to be fair, truth be told, I do still prefer these, but they are very good, and I think they're £12. Like Boots, Superdrug, pretty much everywhere. They're a little bit more pigmented, so that's something to be aware of, just because I am quite generous with bronzing drops, especially if I've got like no tan on my face. I like to put quite a lot on, and I don't know why, but I didn't test the pigmentation first, and I was like, oh well, they're cheaper, there's no way that they're going to be more pigmented than these. I put so much on, and halfway through blending, like my face, I was like, no. And I already had I had some still left on my hand as well, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well. Managed to salvage it, and then since then I've been using a very small amount of them. They are nice. They've got the shade Pure Gold in them, because I don't want rose gold, and then also the copper gold is just a bit too dark for me. So I think it is really good. They've got like other shades of the bronzing drops. I think the Pure Gold shade, I think they're a little bit more popular, but great they've got a darker shade, because I don't think this would work for every single skin tone. I think it's probably works for like my skin tone and a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, but like it wouldn't work for deep skin tones. I mean, it would add a little bit of glow, but it wouldn't add that kind of colour. I just set my eyebrows in place with the Collection Colour Lash, and since my skin's been behaving itself, and like for the past week or two, I have not really enjoyed wearing makeup too much. Like I've worn it a bit to work. Oh, why am I breaking out? Anyways, so I've worn it to work and stuff, but really not that much, like some days to work, and I'm usually like a die-hard, even if I don't wear makeup. Any other time I always wear it to work. Whereas like I can't be bothered. I don't want to. Obviously that's not that big of a deal because honestly no one needs makeup. It's just kind of nice to have it really. But I am quite a big fan of makeup, but I have been liking the way my skin's looking recently. Other than today obviously, because I've got little my skin's not looking amazing today, but here we are. It is exfoliation day, so I think I will exfoliate this evening. I just use a chemical exfoliator usually. Just blending out my concealer with a brush. Oh yes, I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. Again, another thing I got on sale, because it winds me up that so many, specifically drugstore, but right, this is not me slagging off the drugstore products, because honestly, I love drugstore products. I love high-end products, but it is very satisfying when you find an affordable product that is just so good and you're like, this is like £10 and it's amazing. It's great, but I've been really struggling finding a concealer that, number one, I like. Number two, again, this sounds first world problems. I've been really struggling finding one that I like, number one, and then one with like a finish that I like as well, if that makes sense. Not finish, no. I'm gonna try this again. So I've been really struggling finding one that formulation wise I really like, and then also the colour. Like honestly, I find finding colour match, I don't know whether I was just wearing the most botched colour matches ever, and now I like just have gotten better and think like that is a terrible colour match. But honestly, I'm having such a hard time colour matching at the moment because my skin's very neutrally, and drugstore products they just don't seem to give you neutral undertones. But to be fair, a lot of high-end products don't do that either. So I got a NARS concealer, really enjoying it, and it is a really good shade for me, as I don't know if you can tell. Very much enjoying this. I think I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. I'm due a massive brush clean, so I'm just going to use the exact same brush for my bronzer. This is the Chanel one. I think I've already spoken about this one and I love this, as you can tell. But because there's so much in the Chanel bronzer, I just don't think I'm ever going to run out of it. I've had it for a while because I first got it. This is kind of a boring story, but also it just shows that I'm so reward orientated. I don't know. So when I was at uni, I was like, if I do really well in my exams, I'm going to get the Chanel bronzer to reward myself. And then, yay, I did really well. And then I bought it. Great story, Lucy, but that was back in first year, and it's going really strong still. Sorry, I've just found a bit of bronzing drops that I've not blended out very well, so I'm gonna blend that up. I love this bronzer. It's just a very good finish. It's just the perfect, not too matte, not too dewy, but lasts really well on the skin. Again, a bit more of an expensive product, but it really is good. You don't need to set it with a powder in order for it to stay as well. And it doesn't look like greasy, that didn't sound good, throughout the day, which I really like in a cream bronzer, because I feel they can do that. And it's just not my thing. That once you've had it on all day, you're like, you know, your natural oils are peeping through and stuff, which is obviously fine, but does annoy me when you've got kind of like a matte rest of your face, and for some reason like the outside of your face is a bit greasy. It just doesn't make much sense. Just going back into a little bit of concealer because I think I need to just clean up this little area here because that's just a little bit too much. Ta-da! In terms of life, I've been away most weekends, so filming has been very much not a thing because I usually film on a weekend or sometimes like during the week, but usually weekends just because I don't have that kind of time pressure. But I have been away quite a lot. That's definitely too much blush, but here we are. You know what, I might just use the exact same brush again because I can't be bothered. But yeah, I've been in London this weekend seeing one of my boyfriend's friends, staying with her in London, and then we had a day out there, which was really lovely. I love London. Like, I would really love to live there. It's just every single time I look at rents, I just can't do it. Because I say rents because house prices, oh god, they are so out of the realms of possibility in terms of London, and rent is just so expensive there. And yes, you get like a little bit extra money working in London, but I wouldn't say it's kind of proportional to how much rent is. And then you have a look at an apartment, flat, whatever you call it. Why will it be like mold infested, has like rats, like just, it's disgusting. It is just like a pit of hell. And they're like £2,000 per week. What? And every time I thought, oh, that's a really good deal. Like what, like that's only what, £8.50 per month. It was per week. It was per week. And I don't know how the zones work. Zone 1, like the closest to London, and then kind of like, I don't know the zones at all, but I know that the closer you are to the centre of London, the more expensive it is. But then also, that's like where everything is, that's where all the interesting stuff is, and I don't want a really long commute. Just commuting is not for me. I think, all respect obviously to people who commute really long to their jobs, but I just wouldn't know. I can't do it. Like, I could commute if I theoretically worked in London from where I am, because that's not really, it's not ages, but it adds up, because I think it's like an hour and a half into London from me, and then that's 3 hours per day you're spending on a train to London. No, I just can't do it. And then you think, oh, I could do like a work social after work, but then you're like, oh, I can't really be bothered to go out for dinner with friends. Again, big respect to people who do, but I just don't think I could do it. Like, you know, work thing after work, like go out for drinks. In the back of my mind would be, oh well, after I've had these drinks, and that will finish at like 7-8 p.m, I've got to get on a train and commute back home for like an hour and a half. It's just not fun. It is not. But we're not talking about negativity here. That is it. We're just gonna talk positive. So I started a new job maybe it's just shy of 3 months ago, and I've actually been really enjoying it so far. I say really enjoying it, but in terms of like, I do enjoy it. Like, I don't live for it obviously, but in my eyes, if I don't, it sounds bad, if I don't actively think like, oh, another day, eesh, and don't want to, then a win is a win. But you know, it's good. Like I actually enjoy the people that I work with. Enjoy working with the people that I do work with. I don't know if that makes any sense. They are really lovely. And yeah, no, it's going quite well, I'd say. Where is that lip liner gone? Look at that, it's a Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, and because I love the lip liner so much, I'm quite literally going to use it until it is gone, but now I'm literally just popping it back in. It's so bad. But here we are. I think what else? Yes, so London was really, really lovely. And a couple of weekends before that, we went to Liverpool and Manchester, and that was also really, really nice. I had such a good time there. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Oh, yes, really good time. Got to go to Blank Street, which I love Blank Street. I adore their matches. I feel like I'm a matcha connoisseur at this point. And honestly, I think they are my favourite. Yes, I am truthfully quite easily influenced, but I actually do really enjoy them. I hate it when you get a gritty matcha. So I feel like a lot of places do. But these ones are really fine, and I love the flavours. Like I like the blueberry one, but I only like the iced. My absolute favourite one was the Mel's Maple Matcha. Blank Street, if by some grace of God you're watching this video, please bring it back, bring it back. It's amazing. I love cinnamon and maple, and it's literally, it was the best thing ever. Every single time I went to Blank Street, so I would go to like Birmingham or like London, like any opportunity I had to go to Blank Street, I'd be like, can I please have a Mel's Maple Matcha? And they would give it to me, so obviously because it was on the menu. And then I found out they stopped doing it, and my heart felt like it had been torn out, because what do you mean you don't have it anymore? Please bring it back. It's just, it is so good. But yes, as I was saying, Liverpool, Manchester. I've never properly been to either Liverpool or Manchester. I went with my boyfriend and it was really, really lovely. We went in January, so there was loads and loads of good deals, because nobody travels in January, because usually no one has much money after Christmas, because Christmas is just like because Christmas is such a big event. We managed to get some good deals for hotels, and then also meals as well. We went to Dishoom for dinner, and then we got free naan wraps there, so we actually went there for breakfast as well the following day. And wow, Dishoom is honestly my favourite restaurant. I think it's a bit more pricey, but I feel the food's actually really worth it, because it really annoys me when you eat out. Like I really enjoy cooking, and it annoys me when you go out for dinner and you have the food and you're like, I feel like I could have made something better at home. Like it just doesn't feel worth it, and then obviously you have to pay for it. You're like, it was okay, but it is one of those restaurants that I genuinely, every time I have it, I'm like, I definitely could not have cooked this better myself. And I'm really just like inspired to try and recreate it, to like try and make it like an ounce of what it is. It's just so good. So if you've got any other really good restaurant recommendations, leave them below please, because I'm always looking for a restaurant that's worth it. I don't eat out for dinner massively often, but if you have a special occasion or something, it's really nice to go. And I like to have a restaurant that just, you know, is going to be good. Like every time you go, you're like, yes, this is so consistently good. Because sometimes you'll go and it'll be incredible, and then you'll go again and you're like, no. But Dishoom is just consistently good. So I went there in Manchester. Also went to Beatles Museum, of course, in Liverpool, and the dogs are really pretty. I was really surprised, because I'd heard to be honest, not good things about Liverpool. And actually, I really liked it there. Granted, it was a really sunny day, but I was like, it's actually, like, in the centre of town, like near the docks and stuff, is very pretty. So I had nothing to complain about. Same with Manchester. So we went to the Trafford Centre, and I sound so uneducated saying this, but honestly, I didn't expect it to be all that. But then I went, I was like, oh my god, this is actually incredible. How much effort they put in to the, like, the structure of the place. Like, what do you mean? It's like an Egyptian style building inside the shopping centre, and it's got like a Burger King or something in it. Just wow. And there's like a cruise ship. I was massively blown out of the park. We were just walking around, honestly just enjoying the sights, because you're like, wow, this just looks incredible. And I'm not much of a shopping centre person. If I go shopping, number one, it's either online, or I like an open air shopping centre. You know what I mean? Like, I like going to outdoors ones, so if that makes sense. Like the centre of town, so like Edinburgh, Princes Street, Newcastle, Ellen Square, all those kinds of places. I don't like it to be enclosed. I like to just be able to get the fresh air. But honestly, it was really pretty. And to be fair, like, usually I don't like to be inside loads. It's not my thing. I much prefer like an outdoor place. Same with restaurants. I don't like, this sounds really, really bad, but I don't like it when a restaurant is inside like a food court or a mall. I don't know, it just doesn't feel nice to me. I'm like, we're just like in a box inside a box. Whereas like, you know, normal restaurant, you sit there, you look outside, people watch, and it looks really nice. And you can kind of like admire the sights, or like the front of the building's really pretty and stuff. I don't know, I just don't enjoy it that much. I'm going to stop yapping on because I'm so conscious that I will just go on forever. But this is a finished look because for some reason I did not bring a lip product with me, so we're just doing a bit of lip liner today. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.